am Chris Cote. I am joined by Mitchell Salazar all morning long. The world's best surfers have been greeted by absolute perfection. 7-10 and then down near the bottom of the rankings for B.Mamiya, but it's a whole new ball game once the buzzer blows. Mitch, we're going to start with Leonardo Fioravanti, who has looked like he's been relishing, thriving in his time down here in El Salvador.
He's working with ADS, former world champ, and you can just see starting off deeper than everybody else. Great transitional carve right there. Lays it back, goes into that floater, and wow, that combination of turns right there where he ditches the fins and goes straight up into that last section. Really difficult, especially when you talk about the ability of generating speed here at a wave like Punta Roca that's always moving down the line. There's Mama Roca. She's present now. And how's that layback? I really love the way he just puts all of his body weight into that one turn when he hits the lip line.
Two surfers flying the Hawaiian flags, getting into a little paddle tussle there. And that leaves Leonardo Fioravanti on his own, coming around the corner. Quick snap there, setting things up to get to this inside section. His style is flawless. Love his form through these turns. A medium-sized wave, but the good news for Fioravanti is he's already had two pretty solid numbers.
Going to have to start the heat in second priority, Chris. But
Rare.
how about Leo?
Yeah, that was a rare show of kind of tactics for
real.
John as well.
But I really like the start from Fioravanti. I mean, already has his backup score with this one. It was smarter surfing, nothing super critical. But at this point of the heat, just get a second score and add some pressure to the other two surfers out there in the water. Some great use of the rail and a strong finish. If you remember 2 years ago when we went to Barra La Cruz in Mexico.
Consegui pegar mais ondas e aí surfar pouco mais, né? Então, pô, tô amarradão e vou continuar no flow. Valeu, galera.
Parabéns.
Parabéns. Congratulations to Italo Ferreira standing by there with AJ McCord. Intensity is the word that comes to mind when I think of Italo in 2023. Standing right next to him in his warm-up before that heat. And he was shaking the whole tower. There's B.Mamiya nicely weaving his way down the line. Always a very precise surfer. Of course, he's got every trick in the book. And he's got a hill to climb. Leonardo's two big scores. Now he's building speed.
Oh!
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I love the casual look.
Oh, but look at this searing carve right here from there. And the first one, the second one, even better. Fully lays it on rail, engages it all the way around. And then this midsection of the wave, a bit sleepy because the wave kind of shoulders off, but he sticks with it. And this shows a lot of maturity on his part, Chris. We didn't see this that much during his rookie season last year. But as you said, eyes up this last section, and you can just see those hips about to thrust. And that's a full rotation alley-oop, too. That is very difficult to do. All the way around, lands in the flats, too. And just beautiful stuff to watch. Look at the way he transitioned. Used his shoulders and his hips. One full movement right there to bring it around. Seems like he's riding a swallowtail, too, so just adding a bit more speed. And wow, the way he rides out. Impeccable.
You saw the wind-up. Beautiful alley-oop for B.Mamiya. Answering back now, Leonardo. Incredible series of powerful turns.
Wow.
Perfect layback jam right in the pocket. This right here is just pure power from Leonardo. Another big snap all the way through to the inside. This is about his 9th turn, all consequential. Opulent sampling of his skill set. There are two types of alley-oops. Old school ones that were cool, and ones like Barron just did that are dynamic and incredible. So he will be definitely getting reward.
Oh, my goodness.
And right here, I mean, everything you could ask for, right? The entire playbook opened up and just offered up to the judges. Here you go. What more do you want?
It's not going to be a perfect score, but it's a perfectly surfed wave. I mean, what else could he have done? He surfed that wave from start to finish as good as he could have. Look at the way he was able to transition throughout each maneuver too, seamlessly, with a lot of speed, power, and obviously you can see the flow right there too. That layback was beautiful, Chris. and he drops the single highest wave score of the day so far.
A huge score comes through for Leonardo Fioravanti, a 9-point ride. The judges have spoken. That's what you need to do if you want to get up into that high excellent range. Fioravanti is looking like he's rejuvenated, re-energized, whatever question he may have had. Here goes John. Made a mistake on his previous wave and backs it up. Something is up right now with J.Florence. 2 waves in a row, 2 unforced errors. That is not like him. The good news for J.Florence and his legions of fans all around the world. J.Florence trying to correct 2 early mistakes. I love the anticipation we're all feeling right now as he gets into the lip and goes down. Yeah, we've got 15 more minutes, plenty of time for J.Florence to get back in the swing of things. As we see Leonardo Fioravanti, 2 nice slices to start, beautiful carving turns, and a perfectly placed carve there for Leonardo. Another big snap down the line. He is just toying with this perfect right-hand point break. Surf City, El Salvador, and more from the inside. This may be the best we've seen from Leonardo Fioravanti of the season, and what a time to start peaking. Flip side of that, Leonardo may have just improved on that 7.5.
I think he does. I mean, excellent layback to start, straight up into the lip after that. How's that carve right there? Really opens up those shoulders all the way through, and once he makes it to the inside, this wave gets really hard to surf, speeding down the line the whole time, but not a drop of water out of place. And when we talk about consistency, and as you mentioned, peaking at the right time too, I truly think he is as well. I mean, the way he's flowing through a lot of these waves, he seems physically as fit as he possibly is.
You knew this was going to be a big test. Right now, he's passing this test with an A+ score, but B.Mamiya now back on his workbench. A couple big turns on the outside, throwing the tail there, showing some flash. Turning through. A little bit of a grab there, but just a slight edge off in the flow factor of the speed power flow equation. This board looks perfect through this inside section. Blows the tail. Nearly sells the completion. That right there was right on the end.
Here's John.
There's the Florence flare we wanted to see.
What?
That's called a combination of major maneuvers. He must have read the rule book on his way back out. Not a long wave, but very impactful.
Wow, and the amount of speed he was able to garner right there. The full wrap extension brings it all the way around, and somehow was able to throw the tail around with the decrease in speed that he had after this carve. I mean, look at how far behind he was, and the angle that he had to take for that reverse was nasty as well. I mean, look at this. Brings it all the way around, Chris. And he is one of the very few people that can do that turn. Look at the amount of spray that he sent on that one. But look at where he ends up right there. He's literally on the white water.
Waves over.
Bottom turn from there. He's behind the section. Comes from around it and throws the tail towards the beach and fully transitions into a perfect place maneuver at the end.
And also, as a bonus this year, if you do get a perfect 10, there's a big reward at the end of that rainbow, and you get the perfect Yeti. That's right, the Yeti 110 Tundra. That is a beast of a cooler. That's your new ice bath. 1 minute left. J.Florence needs a 10. He will move up 1 slot in the priority picture as Leonardo Fioravanti.
Ooh,
a floater gone awry.
Where's
Under
Barron
50
now?
seconds to go. A nice looking wave for B.Mamiya. Here we go, winding up. And he takes a swing. Oh, big start there for B.Mamiya. Plenty more open face to work with. This wave's settling down a little bit. He's hoping for it to start to wind up as he kind of has to go for the 2-stage floater, fighting his way around this section. A little argument with the whitewater. He wins it, gets back on the open face, and a lip projects him into the flats. He goes down. So a valiant effort for B.Mamiya, but he would have needed an 8.34. Let's take a look back at it. Well, you know, I'm no judge. Was this an 8.34?
No, it wasn't. I mean, that was an incredible carve to start things off. Garnered a huge amount of speed when he pumped the first few sections. But that, as you said, it was just the wave. It let it down right here. And that transitional floater put him a bit behind the section. And he knew at this point that he had to go for something huge. Eyes the section up right here. And it didn't stand up the way he wanted to. Wasn't really able to project down the line.
A vexing heat for J.Florence. Both of those surfers will get one more opportunity in the elimination round. Congrats to Leonardo Fioravanti.